Yes people, what's going on? I hope you're all doing well today. So before I start doing this video, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone that subscribed over the past couple of days. I know that a lot of you have come over from the Cop Talk community, so thank you for joining me on this journey. I don't know where I'm going to go with it, it's just a little passion thing that I've got going on at the moment. Dunk's been a big inspiration for this. I will be covering like Liverpool stuff, like my thoughts on it all, like still do the articles for the website, but I'll also put some stuff on there as well with like films and games and shows and stuff. That's why I've named this channel Addicted To. It's everything that I'm addicted to basically. So yeah, just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that's joined the channel so far, and hopefully we'll keep on growing. So today I'm just going to go over a few things that I've got in my head. I don't really know what I'm going to call this video. I don't really know much about it. It's just I've got a few thoughts going on and I just thought I'd just cover them today. So first off, I'm going to go over the Benfica game tomorrow night. I won't be watching it, unfortunately. Wednesday night is one of the nights that I do refereeing. If the game was a little bit closer or against a bigger opponent, I probably would have got cover, but I think, fingers crossed, I don't want to jinx this right now. We've already got one foot in the semi-final, so I think I'm pretty safe on not watching this one. And to be fair to you, I could probably do with the money as well, so anyway, yeah, that's life. So, a few thoughts I've got. I've wrote a few notes up here. Klopp's come out and basically said that the team is fully fit. Now, if that is the case on what's going on, this is the time where we need to start maybe potentially resting some players for the semi-final. For instance, Thiago should not play this game. He's played the past 2 games. He might have played 3 games in a row, actually. I can't really remember. But he's definitely played the last 2 games. That guy's injury record's not that good. And with the form that he's been on lately, I think we need him for nearly every game that's got going. Apart from like this one, obviously, where I've just said we should rest him. So Thiago shouldn't play this game. I think if we push him too hard, he'll be out injured again, and we'll miss him potentially down the line for like more crucial games that we need him for. So Thiago's one I'd rest. Like I mentioned in my last video, Salah needs dropping for this game. His form is terrible at the moment. Compared to his standards, like he's still performing well, but for the standards that he set and the standards that like we expect from Salah, like I just think he needs a bit of time off, and this is a game where we potentially could give him that, so he could come back for the semi-final and just be like fully fit, fully firing, and just get us into that FA Cup final. For other players, I would put Kanate in over Matip, Shimikas over Robbo, just because I think Shimikas has shown, I think I'm saying his name right anyway, that is like probably the first time I've said his name out loud. So yeah, Shimikas should be in place over Robbo, just because I think he's proven, like during the times that he's played, that it isn't that big of a drop off when Robertson's not playing, when we have Shimikas on there. It's nowhere near as bad as when we don't have Trent. Like we need someone to like the Shimikas level on the right side so we can rest Trent as well, which could be the next one I've got, which is Gomez. I would play Gomez out on the right instead of Trent this game. As I mentioned in my last video, again, not to keep plugging that, but there was so much space left behind Trent on Sunday against City, and I just think when we've got fast, pacey players like Nunes for Benfica, then it could be a potential for that to happen again. So maybe having someone like Gomez, who's not as forward thinking as Trent, would just help give us that solidarity at the back, so we can actually tinker with the players in midfield and especially up front as well, and not risk like our defensive capabilities basically. So onto the midfield, I'd stick with Fab playing and potentially take him off after so many minutes, Henderson, and then either Keita or the Ox. Either one, I just think they need to be given some game time. Probably Keita. I think he's deserving a bit more game time than the Ox. Like I feel like Ox's time's done. Like he will be sold in the summer. Keita will also potentially be sold in the summer, but I just feel like Keita's performing a lot better than the Ox, given the chances that he's had. One person I do not want to see in that team is Curtis Jones. I don't have anything against the kid. He is a Liverpool local lad, but I just feel this season he has dropped off a cliff. Like he scored that goal against Everton in the cup competition. Was it last year? Was it FA Cup or Carabao? I can't remember. And that's probably the biggest highlight I've got for him so far, like in his career. Like, he's still young, but I just think he might need like a loan away, like Conor Gallagher has done for Chelsea, and he's come on leaps and bounds this season. So yeah, please don't play Curtis Jones. So the front three I'd go for would be Diaz, Firmino and Mane, just because I feel like with Jota could do with a bit of a rest, and definitely Salah could do with a rest. You could have them both on the bench to come on if need be, if we get in dire straits, but Firmino, Diaz and Mane have enough between them to get the job done, basically. And Mane's second performance against Man City was just phenomenal. Phenomenal? I think I got that word right. So yeah, he deserves to keep playing, Mane. To be fair, I feel like he might be playing himself into a contract. Like, I know everyone's focused on Salah at the minute, but kind of hoping we don't sell him. Like, I was under the impression we might sell Mane this summer, but with the form that he did against City, and like he has been showing like recently, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see what happens with the Salah situation. But yeah, I'd be kind of hoping we could keep both of them. So the Benfica game ties in nicely to like this other little thing that I thought I'd mention on this video. Like, I mentioned it on the Cop Talk podcast today that Dunk read out on an email that I sent in. But Darwin Núñez was a player that Klopp was asked about in the press conference today. And his quotes were, he's a good-looking boy and he will have a big career if he stays healthy. Which might not mean much, but Klopp likes to mention players in press conferences that he has an interest in. He goes on about Martinelli a lot at Arsenal, and I just feel like this Núñez kid could be the next one, especially as well with the bit that I mentioned in the Cop Talk podcast today, that Núñez has stopped being represented by the agent he had, and he's going to be represented by someone who's got ties close to Gestifute and Jorge Mendes. And Gestifute is an agency that Liverpool have a lot of dialogue with regarding the players that they represent. Again, not to plug my own stuff, I mentioned that in a video about Pep Lijnders becoming the successor for Klopp. I will put a link to that around here somewhere. Hopefully it pops up now. Go give that a listen to, see what you think about that. If I've got any points there, leave a like and comment on it, please, so we can have a bit of conversation about that. And the last point I've got might be clutching at straws here, but I like to sometimes see stuff in the media and think, how could that affect Liverpool? So there's been a lot of news lately about Lewandowski going to Barcelona. My point being is, Barcelona is supposed to be skint, right? So let me just get this up. I'm going to do a dunk now, and I'm going to see if I can see this now. Hold on a moment. Not ready. Right, so Lewandowski at the moment earns at Bayern Munich 329 grand a week, right? So if Barca is skint, they've got to match or better that offer for him to leave Bayern Munich. And for me, Bayern Munich are a much, much better side than Barcelona at the moment. So why would you want to leave and go to Barca? And they're probably looking at a transfer fee as well, I'd say, for Lewandowski, probably the best number 9 in the world right now. 40 to 50 million, just because he's in his last year of his contract. So basically what I'm getting at is this, the latest news on the Salah contract is, it's all positive really. And I think it was yesterday, was it David Ornstein at The Athletic said that his so-called sources have said that a compromise is going to happen between Liverpool and Salah on the contract. But for me, until it's signed and the ink is dry, the summer sale of Mo Salah from Liverpool is still on the cards. And if Barca can afford the wages that it could take to get Lewandowski, you're looking in the same bracket that probably Salah's looking at for himself. And his transfer fee may be a bit more expensive, like 70 to 80 million, just because he's in the last year of his contract. But because of the Spotify deal that Barcelona have just signed, it's possible they could do it. Do you know what I mean? Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't, because I think he's going to sign his deal, but I just think, with Liverpool, sorry, but I just think, until, like I just said, like, until it's dry, the ink, and the deal is done, there's always the possibility that Mo Salah could leave this summer. And we all know that Salah has this so-called Madrid plan. And then it was only like 2 years ago during lockdown, like the whole COVID situation, that Salah himself actually came out and said he'd like to go to Real Madrid and he'd like to go to Barcelona. Like, Barcelona is a great club. Do you know what I mean? So it might be nothing, but I just thought it's worth mentioning. A discussion point, shall we say. So yeah, if you like this video, leave us a like and subscribe to the channel. Any of the points I've just made, leave a comment below and we'll get a discussion going. And if there's much of a discussion going down there, I'll do a video and reply to some of the comments that I get down there, and we can just make it a bit more open going on with the channel and stuff like that. Like, at the time it's a bit quiet with things going on, so yeah, if we can get discussion going in the comments, then I'll make more videos about stuff that's going on. So yeah guys, if that's what you like with this video, give us a like, leave a comment, and please subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.